Aries, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your 2025 annual year in review. Welcome. Have a seat. I'm really looking forward to doing this reading. And first, before I get started, I want to thank you, specifically Aries, above all other signs. Firstly, because you showed up the most for me when I first started this channel, about a year and some change now. And also, being Libra, your sister on the opposite side of the zodiac, we are a perfect complementary pair. So every time I sit down and I design a spread for the next series for each of the 12 zodiacs, we commune together, we co-create together. And I just wanted to thank you for bringing your energy to me this whole entire year of readings, because without you, I don't think I would have been able to co-create as effectively. And that's a side note for all of you. Really lean into Libra qualities because they complement what you naturally are and will bring out we'll call, we work better together, right? And so when you are considering improving yourself beyond your Aries nature, you really lean into Libra, which is about balance, beauty, harmony. And I lean into Aries because it's about independence and action and determination. These are all things that get me up in the morning, and especially when I'm co-creating with you. So I just wanted to say that first off, Aries, before we get started. Thank you for your assistance as a reader on this channel. Let's call Spirit in. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Aries today. All right, we're going to be doing a different type of reading, and I don't want this to deter anyone who lives in the Southern Hemisphere. I actually looked up my stats. There's 10% of people who watch this channel who are in the Southern Hemisphere, and I didn't want you to feel excluded. So I will note a little bit, because we're going to be doing a seasonal read. Instead of going month by month, I'm going to take a look at each season. So we're going to be going from winter all the way around. That's how we live here in the Northern Hemisphere and how the majority of my viewers follow the calendar. But we're going to be going through each grouping of months. So it's pretty much the first part of the reading is going to center around the winter solstice to the spring equinox, which is January to March. And then we're going to move forward. But this first season, I just want to make note, I'm using cards. They're really cool. This comes by way of the Angel and Ancestor deck. I'm going to be using that at the end for your guide for the year and the main theme beyond the tarot. But for people who are in the winter right now, this is about taking care of your needs. Make that be your focus. This is about doing everything you need to be at your best, right? Then move in the direction of your dreams and without fears and limitations. You may want to call on wolf medicine to do so. Now, for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, this is about the summer season, basking in your joy and in your light. We're going to be discussing summer energy here shortly, but I just wanted to kind of make that separation because there is a difference with people around the world. We don't want to, it's about the balance, right? I just started talking about Libra and Aries. So Aries, let's see what your major theme is. I have major themes overall for the year. Then we're going to do the major theme for each season. All right. I have 3 different decks here with the major arcana. Then we're going to clarify each of the majors. So let's get into your major theme for the year. What is the major arcana, major theme for the year? Ooh, that one want to come. Look at you, mastering destiny, mastering fate. Your year is about going through powerful changes, destined changes, being on top of your game when it comes to the karmic wheel, good fortune coming in, good karma coming in, Aries. This is a very fortuitous year for you. Can't wait to clarify that. But that, we have the chameleon. This is taking flight, mastering your adaptability and your ability to change through each season and your ability to change through all of the different aspects of your life. This is great. Aries, you're going through great changes this year. That's all I can say, especially with that wheel. And there's also a high level in this deck. I wanted to pull one of my favorite decks out. there's a high level of creativity because this is the wheel of inspiration. So keep that in mind. You'll be highly inspired this year. Now, let's see what the major theme is for the first season. I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to go from January to March now. Don't want to highlight too much about the seasons just because it's going to confuse people from around the world. So, January to March, the first season that you are in 2025, Aries. All right, we had 3 come out. We're not going to take that many, but we're going to go around. So the top one, the Hermit. This makes sense for a lot of us in the winter. I will take note of that. It's about retreat, rest, hibernation. You could be feeling that pull. This also is a signal to you to be working on your spiritual practices. We'll be highlighting in the reading these spiritual frequencies that will be highlighted for each season. We'll be doing that in a minute, but you could be experiencing in the first 3 months of the year a high level of intuitive hunches, intuitive rememberings. The Hermit is wisdom, exercising wisdom. The next one we have is the Lovers. All right, so second season in this spring, you're going to be springboarding into perhaps a new connection in love or a deepening of a connection. Lovers is a magnetic attraction. So that's going to be highlighted. Spiritual, inward, introspective time, the first season. Second season, you're going to be focusing on a love bond or deepening your love bonds with others. It could be a general thing, but we're going to hone in and see what that's about shortly. And we have the Fool. There you are. Third season. Now, this is the period from July to September. So the second season's April to June. The third season is July to September. You're going to be starting in a brand new cycle and a brand new journey. Some of you could be traveling a lot in the mid part of the year. I like that. Now, let's see the final major theme for the final season. Now, this is October to December. October to December, Aries. What's the final one, Spirit? Final one. The Star. The Star. Beautiful. So it looks like you are mastering fate this year overall. It's going to be really important for you to spend more time in solitude the first part of the year, second part of the year, because the second part looks like you have something that's going to be preoccupying you. Third part, brand new journey, brand new beginning. And then the final part, total absolute alignment in your healing journey through growth, through self-discovery. I'm hearing this is a real big year of self-discovery. All right, now let's go into the highlights. This is the gateway of light activation. I want to find out, as spiritual beings, what is the strongest spiritual frequencies of light for each season, Aries, for you. Strongest light activation for overall for the year. Karmic board clearing. What did I tell you? Karma, destiny is the wheel of fortune. Releasing the past. Energetic clearing, rewriting your story and living your truth is your theme for the year. I'm getting goosebumps. Wow. I'm not going to be reading from this booklet, but if anyone has the Gateway of Light activation, you may want to get this deck that's in the description box. This is a very powerful deck. I work with it throughout the year, but not that often because it holds so much power. And I wanted to take a look at these energies. These are deep, deep spiritual frequencies, Aries. So this is clearing out the karma and all of your multidimensional aspects in other lifetimes, letting them go, letting go of, any kind of, what is that? The quantum field of relativity. We have all of these, offshoots from our avatar and our longings. And I think this is about clearing out everything that has come to pass in this lifetime and rewriting the story of your life, rising above the many aspects of yourself through all the seasons. It's interesting. I was reading this morning about how your purpose, ask a 5-year-old what their purpose in life is. They're going to tell you something really cute. But then ask your 20-year-old self, what is your purpose? The thing that when we're being guided by our purpose, it's about living on purpose. Whenever whatever year we find ourselves in. And I'm sorry if I'm having a hard time with my words. This retrograde season has made me feel a bit foggy. I don't know about you all, but I'm really looking forward to the 15th. So, but I wanted to get started on these and get them out. So please bear with me if my thoughts feel a little bit, blurry. And you could have had periods of time where you felt a little bit blurry about your story. Feels like a deeply empowering year. Clearing out the karma this year, Aries. And we're going to clarify this in a moment with the tarot. All right, and we're going to get some important advice. And we're going to get an angels and ancestor. Let's clarify more about what the light quotient is for the first season. What is the light activation? We're going to take... I'm going to do it. There's two that came out. So these are both... They go together. So, interesting. It does go with the Hermit. Retreating to recharge, we have Shambhala initiations. You're being initiated the first part of the year, and you got to trust in the process. This is about your dharma and about going deeply inward. I'm seeing 1116. You might want to look that up so you can activate your third eye and your inner vision, clear seeing. Ooh, some of you are activating through taking care of your own needs through the winter, which is about really focusing on yourself. Putting your, body, mind, and spirit first in your self-care and your self-work. And also I'm getting your self-talk. So you're being initiated to not only rewrite your story this year and clear up a lot of karma, but also to be initiated into, where again, this is a matter of retreating so you can refuel. There are times when we feel we go through periods of isolation or even in the winter and darkness. Nature goes through these cycles, and so do we. Allow yourself to rest this first season so you can really develop your spiritual senses even more. You're going to be going through a powerful activation the first season, and you're going to need time for these light upgrades. You're going to need to rest. I'm kind of in this resistant state because I'm feeling a lot of this energy for the collective. I think this is a collective energy. I will not be surprised if this comes out for a lot of people for 2025 for the first season. It's preparation time. And so in order to see with your inner vision, you can't have a lot of external distractions. When anyone's doing a lot of psychic work, intuitive work, as it relates to your own life and you're trying to see clearly the road ahead, or as it relates to doing actual divination work, you need to be clear. So there's a lot of clearing and a lot of inward time this first season. Now let's talk about the second season. The spring, seeing your seeds grow. All right. The spring is about embracing change that is on the horizon. It's about allowing your dreams to become reality. So you have perhaps something that's becoming a reality in the second season. Now, this is going to be spring for some of you, or fall for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. The heart of source, all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. I'm getting goosebumps. A lot of you are falling madly in love in the second season. Pretty much from April to June, you're going to be falling madly, deeply, like hopelessly in love. Now, this could be hopelessly in love with source, having a beautiful opening of your heart chakra, but I do think that it's going to be a decision that you make to open up to someone, even someone you could be dealing with on a deeper level. But because you started out in this hermit energy, a lot of you are calling this in this year. You're ready. You're ready to experience more unconditional love, regardless, whether it's through romance or through your other connections. Heart of source. I was wondering if we'd have some sort of light activation around the heart for the second season Aries with that Lover's card. It's beautiful. Great change. I think dreams are going to be becoming a reality for you for the spring season or the fall season for those of you down under. All right, now let's get into the light activation for the third season. Now this is July to September with the Fool's energy. The full energy. What is going on here with the gateway of light activation in the 3rd season? Hawthorne light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Ooh, you know, and this is you, Aries, in your energy of the Fool. You're going to be recalling, and this is the reclamation of power, not just from this lifetime, from multiple lifetimes. This feels like a recharge type of year for you, where you're being plugged into a light source that you're going to be aligning with in the first part, and you're going to need to give your body that time to acclimate, to recalibrate. And then you're going to be opening up into an expanded heart octave, grounding that in your power and your frequency in a new beginning here. Love these. These are very, very strong light codes. I would highly recommend you get this deck so you can read them yourself. I didn't want to read a lot from a booklet for the reading, but they will be very helpful for you. And we have 2 coming out for the final season, the 4th and final season. This is star energy, your destiny. You are aligned. It's a very deeply, deeply healing fall season. You're going to be releasing the old, and you're going to be welcoming the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. And then Seraphim's gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. So you're going to be really deeply connected with the angels in the final season, working and co-creating with spirit. A lot of you, I feel like you're aligning with your life purpose, aligning with a divine soulmate, and clearing out a lot of the karmic, cyclical nature of your past, especially now that we have a huge shift in the astrology as a collective. You're going to feel like this year is like the opposite of last year, as far as everything moving more smoothly. I'm getting that. This is about divine alignment, Aries, in your own frequency, being on the right path. All right, now let's get into... I pulled this back a little bit, the table, so hopefully the mic is all right, being a little further away. Because I wanted you to be able to see all the beautiful cards. All right, now let's get into clarifying. Let's clarify this. Karmic board clearing and the Wheel of Fortune. The overall theme of the year. Let's clarify, Spirit. Let's clarify this. Ooh, there you are. King of Wands. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Magician. I'm just curious about those. Yeah. You are walking with the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Interesting. You are walking away from somebody at this time. And you are not investing in I'm getting this strongly, that the way you start out this year is about your own emancipation from anybody that drains your energy. When it comes to this karma, this is about you standing strong in your own frequency. I'm telling you, there's something about your power coming online and you being able to understand more about your power of manifestation and the way that you use your fire energy to do that. And making sure your guidance here too for overall is when it comes to manifesting what you desire, you don't have to do a lot of efforting, because the Page of Pentacles upright is being grounded, right? Taking your time, being more methodical, practical, coming up with a plan, right? Not being, too hasty, too, pushy. And so Spirit is saying, allow this karma to clear on its own, in its own time. You don't have to do a lot of the efforting I'm hearing this year. So when it comes to the Page of Pentacles in reverse, this is about making sure that you ground your energy before activating your fire and taking action on anything in your life. Because if you go towards something and it doesn't feel grounded to you, that's what got you off center in the past. And that might be one of your biggest karmic lessons, is being patient. Wheel of Fortune is a lot about being patient for the changes and not having to work as hard to manifest the reality that you desire. Relaxing, letting it flow. This is the state of surrender. And staying optimistic as these changes come in. Staying positive. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to have that Magician in reverse as I was talking. My bad. It wasn't in reverse when it came out. The Page of Pentacles was. All right, now let's clarify the Hermits. We have the third eye activation, the Shambhala initiations. This is the first season. We have a January, February, March energy, going more inward, spending more time alone, cultivating spiritual practices, deepening your connection to source, your guides. I'm getting that. Your angels, your ancestors, learning from them. Six of Wands. Yeah. A lot of you, when it comes to this hermit energy, the more you share your spiritual side with others, the more success you're going to find. A lot of you have new careers where you're stepping out into the limelight. Not even new careers, but new aspects of your career of being more bold. Again, not being so spontaneous, but making the plans, right? And sticking with them. And I don't think that you're facing a lot of internal fears. That might be the first part of the year where you're facing some fears around stepping into the limelight. But once you do that, it's going to set off a domino. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. A lot of you are going to experience a high level of success this winter around your purpose and your passion. There's a reason why I talked about your purpose, that it changes. If you allow yourself to flow with your desires and you make plans and you plant the seeds and you stay grounded in your efforts, then there's nothing that you can't accomplish, Aries. I see you reaching for the next, this is the wreath of victory. It shows up in the tarot just a couple of times in the cards. So you have an opportunity to step into the limelight and to achieve a certain level of success and to get excited on your path. But it's grounded in this beautiful spiritual depth. So there's some sort of talent or gift that you're activating through this initiation, through this Shambhala activation in the third eye, where a lot of you could be, when you turn on any kind of talent show or anybody who's doing their art, any creative pursuit, even somebody who's working in business and they're standing in front of people and they're giving a speech, you're channeling. There's something about you channeling your spiritual energy in your purpose and grounding that in the 3D. This is basically co-creating with spirit, Aries, in this first season. And that is going to require you to take time to rest and retreat, which I'm being bad about because I've been push. And when you're on fire around what you desire and what you want to do in the world, it's hard to temper the energy. So Spirit is saying, make sure that you're only human after all, Aries. So make sure that when it comes to you channeling whatever your creative fire is out in your purpose, it's self-sustaining, but you must ground that energy as well, or you will experience burnout, fatigue, health issues. So you're going to reach a higher level of success that you're going to see that first season. And I think that's going to give you this big confidence boost to open up and be vulnerable in love. So now let's clarify the lovers. You have a choice to make in the second season from April to June, whether you even want to focus on love. So I see your main focus this year is on manifesting from this beautiful clearing of karma and then having like a clean slate. This feels like a clean slate year. It's whatever you want to create. Hermit. Ooh, this is a spiritual bond. You're calling in a spiritual bond. The Hermit coming out again. The Hangman. Whoa. Whoa. We got a lot of majors here with the lovers. This is a big... Whoa. Aries. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. We just had 3 majors come out with the second season. Wow. We have the Star, the Hangman, and the Hermit over the lovers and Heart of Source. Do you see? They're wanting me to point out the light. Oh, interesting. I need to put my glasses on because they're pointing out something on this. Okay. This is what they want to tell you. You see the light here in every card, being tethered to the light, to the hope and faith in her dream, seeking enlightenment, gaining the truth, opening up the heart chakra, being led and guided by the heart space. You stepping into your power and your purpose and channeling and grounding that and leveling up in your career is sending you on this beautiful. It's like you're on this beautiful when you go to these amusement parks or whatever, and you're like on the lazy river. You're on like this lazy river, and then the second season you're going to be floating on into this like dreamy, heart opening, falling in love energy. This is your destined soulmate, Aries. For those of you who've been in a period of being alone, dating but not finding the right person, you've been needing to get to a certain level in your karmic clearing and in your spiritual frequency, because what you desire is a spiritual partner. And you both had to do a certain amount of work to be able to meet each other. Whoa. And if this is someone you already know, I'm getting that there's going to be in the second season, there's like a spiritual active, like this is like, okay, yo, all right, I got to go here. We're going to go here. This is tantric. It's Kundalini activation. It's, being met in the eyes of another and being activated through love. This is, being able to feel safe. The minute you get around this person, you're going to feel calm. You're going to feel held in this beautiful vibration of the heart. And that's how you're going to know. They're really pointing out this heart energy and this feeling of safety and this feeling of being held. And if you're in anything that doesn't provide that and it doesn't feel like a spiritual union, this is what you're clearing all this out. And in previous years, I'm hearing from some of you, so you could get to the point where you can actually allow this in and not let it freak you out. Because if you're not ready for this, it will not arrive. This could very well be the year for Aries, for a lot of Aries individuals, to find the person they want to co-create with, who will level them up on a spiritual level that they wouldn't be able to do on their own. Like divine counterpart energy. Okay. Okay. I can't believe all those majors came out. I mean, just know that this April to June, you have the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Star. Like Spirit is saying, you can rest in this. You can sink into this. You can have like, you're tethered to this person in a beautiful spiritual way. It's going to open up both of your heart chakras. And then you're going to be off to the races in this beautiful new beginning together. I see a beautiful partner coming in for you, for a lot of you. All right, let's see. Wow. This is going to be a really good year for you, Aries. I'm very happy for you. I know it hasn't been easy. All right, let's now go into the Fool with the Hathor light codes. Light Emergent, full system upgrade, power recall with the Fool. What do we have here? The Fool. See, and when I see the double, I'll tell you this. Whenever I see doubles, it's usually because you have someone right with you, right? And what is it mirroring? This person is just excited about taking the journey of life with you as you are. You're mirroring each other. So double full energy. I'm telling you, this is like symmetry, beautiful symmetry. Harmonizing with another. The King of Pentacles, and we had the Queen of Pentacles at the top. Oh my God. And if this has nothing to do with a divine counterpart, this is you really coming into alignment between your divine masculine and the divine feminine in a 3D reality. Like never before, Aries. Oh my God. 5 of Wands. It's not going to be without its challenges, okay? Like any part of life, any phase of life. I feel like in this third season, from July to September, you're going to have such a high, the second season, that by the third season, you are going to really want to ground this, and you might have some opposition around the decisions for the future, I'm hearing. So there's going to be compromise. There's going to have to be negotiations around that. So when you have a life-changing experience and you meet someone, it's like it's going to change the direction of your life. And so you might have some challenges. 5 of Wands, it's not a bad thing, but it's obstacles and challenges on the path when it comes to grounding, right, between you and another, grounding in that divine masculine. So you might feel like the two of you have some things that might come up around the vision for the future and trying to negotiate that, what's next for us. This is when you come together with someone and it's like, well, what do you feel? And are you aligned with the things that you both want? And I do see that you are, because you're both coming at it from a very innocent place. And you really want to, this is long term. This is someone long term. And I think you're coming into it going, I'm ready for this. I went through hell and back in my karma for this, but it's still going to have obstacles and challenges along the way. But I know how to deal with them. This is about grounding in this connection and not running away from any issues that come up. When it's the right person, you actually evolve together, you elevate together. And I see that that's this person's intent as well. And if this has nothing to do with the love situation, this is about you maybe having some competition and challenges at work, in your leadership, and some decisions that you're going to have to make around your career. And it may be influenced by this connection as well, because, there's a domino this year for you. But you are in a new beginning. Some of you, I'm seeing that you could be traveling in the third sector here of the year and for a career. I think your whole life is going to change this year, Aries. Your whole life is going to change. You're aligning with your destiny. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune. Now we have the star. We have the central sun, which is like you're basking in the light of joy and happiness. And you have the Seraphim's gateway of, Angelica tomb. There's just a lot of I'm telling you, it's a 9 years. So for people who've done the work, this is reward, recognition, harvest, everything coming together for, things coming to fruition for you, clearing out the karmic path, abundance downloads here in the final quarter. We have 9 of Wands. You keep showing up. I mean, in all these cards, 9 of Wands traditionally is you. Death and rebirth, letting go of the wounding, no longer seeing yourself as a wounded warrior. It's a badge, right? And there we go, the central sun and the 8 of Wands. Wow, you have so much happiness coming in this year, Aries. I mean, it really is truly a time for you to bask in the light. At the year's end, look at this. I mean, this is like bliss. What an enchanting year. This is transcendence. You're going through a powerful death, rebirth, out of it's like a genesis from beginning to end. And all the stages. Like when you think of a butterfly, you're cocooning in the first part. The second part, you're starting to break out of that cocoon. And then by the third part of the year, you're going to be flying. And then last, it's like Icarus. Just don't get too close to the sun, right? Because you're going to be on that much of a high. And you're going to rise above all of the wounds that you've had to carry in this lifetime. And you're going to be co-creating, getting the divine downloads. All these opportunities are pouring in around your destined path. And you're going to feel the light of the sun. I mean, goodness me. This is unbelievable. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Where are we at? 33. Not bad, not bad. Then we're going to get a final angel and ancestor guide for the year ahead. I didn't want to go too nitty gritty. That's what the mid-monthly, monthly, and weeklies are for. Get the Gateway of Light activation, and then you can read these all yourself and take some notes on this so you can watch it again. I would definitely take notes. Hangman, Ace of Cups. I told you, this is your advice for the year. Rest easy. Look at love from a different perspective. Keep your heart open. You have abundance, prosperity, and you have a brand new beginning in a higher love frequency. This is a spiritual love. It's also being in love with your life, seeing everything from an abundant mindset. You're changing the way you see yourself and the world this year. Goodness. Abundance, spiritual abundance. Wow. Wow, if this is any indication for what a lot of light workers are experiencing in 2025, I can't wait to read the rest of the zodiac, Aries. You're setting the tone. Justice. Karmic freaking justice with the Emperor. I kid you not. That just came out for your advice. Spirit is so strong in 2025. It's like off the freaking hook. LFG. This is your LFG year, Aries. My whole body is like on fire with goosebumps. Let's effing go, Aries. I'm like feeling tearful because I know this is such a win for you. You have suffered And now it's like, Spirit's like, Hangman for me is willfully surrendering to everything, coming to like this personal power, divine justice, karmic clearing, a new beginning in love. Your advice is to trust yourself, trust your path, trust the process that's unfolding for you for this year, because it's powerful. It's going to be a year of abundance, a year of experiencing balance. You are coming in on top of the wheel. And your energy, it's like Aries energy is so strong. Just stay grounded. Try not to be too impulsive. Enjoy the ride. And see it as a lazy river. Your year is the lazy river tubing experience. So this is about enjoying the pleasures of life. Everything feeling like the scales have balanced out. We have karmic justice. This is your karmic justice year. And your empowerment is just going to be through the roof. Taking the lead. You could be taking the lead in business, starting up something new where it's just, a lot of you have a strong, dare I say, Libra energy here that is showing strongly here. It's that balance, right, that you need, and why I started the reading out talking about that try to lean in a little bit more on Libra qualities, because it will help you balance. But goodness, there's so much truth this year around your own prosperity and your own spiritual advancement and your growth. This is the year where you're going to see your growth pay off. Let's get all the hard work you've done on yourself. Let's get a final angel and ancestor guide for your year. Who is this? Shaolin Master. I'm not surprised, because you're being initiated through the Shambhala initiation at the beginning of the year. Goodness, let's see what this has to say. It says, be graceful in movement and action. Like I said, that is a lazy river experience. Shaolin Master. That is your guide for the year. So whenever you need assistance, you need to call on this Master. And I believe is that a praying mantis? We're going to read this. Slow and steady, breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. Shaolin monks practice Chan Buddhism and are masters of Kung Fu, art, and traditional Chinese medicine. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and to tap into the energy running through your body and persevere. And preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you were working on. That's what I mean. Take a gentler, more grounded approach. The Shaolin master, like a monk, has respect for all things, depicted here holding a praying mantis, one of the forms of the Shaolin martial arts. He is disciplined and guided by his art, and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. You are being guided to flow like water. Interesting that I got that image at the beginning about the lazy river. Blow like air and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach this year will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. So be graceful in movement and action this year. Everything's coming into divine balance. I mean, the Hangman, the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Justice over the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like your advice this year is to enjoy self-mastery, enjoy prosperity and abundance, enjoy the spiritual glow up, and enjoy everything coming into balance between your inner world and your outer reality, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. It feels like beautiful symmetry this year. But the best approach is the gentle approach. So you don't need to, I'm telling you, this is not the year where it's all about your efforting and overdoing it. Going with the flow. All right, you all. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Namaste. Hope you have a beautiful year ahead. Enjoy every second of it, all right? I don't even have to hope you have a beautiful year. It seems like it's going to be just a very, it's going to be quite the journey. Take care.